Arvind Kejriwal, 2013, the start, the first week of the new year. What is the goal for the new year?
I think elections is not the goal. We are not in politics for elections. We are in politics to change the politics of this country. That's what our goal is. Elections would happen. Aam Aadmi Party would win elections. That is certain, because we are talking the people's language. We are for the people's issues. It is their party. It is people's party. But it's much more than just merely elections. It's about challenging the existing politics of the country on a day-to-day basis, which we have started doing from 2nd October onwards.
Given that your aim and the Aam Aadmi Party's aim is to overhaul the Indian political system, political parties, political leadership and how it's conducted, how do you go about getting it done? Because at the end of the day, if you're now a politician running a political party, how do you end up fighting elections? Because that is really where...
So how do we fight elections? In the sense, I think what you have in mind is where the money will come from, where the candidates will come from. Is that what you have in mind?
Yeah, because first let's start with what is the first election that you're going to fight?
Delhi elections.
Delhi elections, November by the end of
2013.
This year, right? All 70 seats?
All 70 seats.
There are some 7 other elections likely this year, 7 other state elections including Karnataka.
We may not go for that. We may not go for that because we are not prepared right now. It's just born. The whole organization needs to be set up. We need to have our organization right up to every village, up to every polling booth. Likewise in Delhi we need to have. So that organization is being put in place. What BJP and Congress achieved in the last several decades, we have to do it in just one.
And then 2014, the general elections.
October.
So there are some people who believe that why not wait till the next general elections, 2019, because it gives you time to do exactly what you're saying. This is more than 500 seats.
Right now there is so much of anger in the entire country. You see, 2 things are happening simultaneously. One is the whole country is being looted. Everything is on sale. Iron ore is being sold, coal is being sold, thorium is being sold, land is being taken away, forests, mountains, rivers, everything is up for sale. So on one hand, it's a very urgent situation in the country. There's so much of corruption, so much of corruption. The life of a common man has become difficult because of rising prices, which is due to corruption.
Right.
And on the other hand, you have an opportunity in the form of this movement where the people have come together. There is so much of anger, there's so much of energy all across the country.
So the time is right.
Now, it will be extremely difficult to sustain this momentum and sustain these energy levels up to 2019. It is now or never.
I think you've been very consistent. My question is, to win elections, what the nuts and bolts of electoral politics, putting up the candidates, getting people to, come out and vote, getting your message across, how ready are you on that front and what is really being done there? Because people know the overarching message you have.
So as far as the candidates is concerned, as I said, at every stage we are going to challenge the existing politics. So even the selection of candidates is an extremely important task for us. Today you have people sitting in parliament and assemblies who have several cases against them, criminal cases against them. And they are given tickets by their party high command. And the rumors are that every person has to pay 2 crores or 5 crore rupees to get a party ticket. Now these people who are paying such a huge amount of money and spending such huge amounts of money in election campaign, obviously when they get elected they will indulge in corruption. We want to change this politics. So what we are introducing is some kind of a system of primaries like you have in US, wherein the party members elect their own.
People will nominate either themselves or people, and I think you have some 13 pretty elaborate steps. There will be at least 2 levels of shortlist, and then finally the party
members would then in their own constituency decide who they want to give ticket to. And Arvind Kejriwal or Prashant Bhushan or Yogendra Yadav or Kumar Vishwas will have no say in that.
You're saying that the groundswell of popular opinion and support seems like this is the right moment for you all to put in this initiative. And yet when you look at efforts like, the Lok Satta party, Jai Prakash's party in Andhra Pradesh, in 2009, he started the party about 3 years ago. In 2009, when he participated in the assembly elections, I think they got only 1 seat, and that is his. no seats in the parliament, in parliament.
I would like to distinguish the two in the sense that they are very good people. Timing is important.
Timing is critical. You made the point about timing being very different.
They are very good people. I have greatest respect from Jayaprakash Narayan. I have great respect for all the people in his party. They are very good set of people, very good initiative. They had good ideas. But the kind of energy level that exists today was not there at that time.
Would I be right in saying that all your confidence and all your expectations of your electoral performance in November, in the Delhi Assembly elections, are based on the timing of this party?
That's
and your beliefs.
Yeah, I completely agree, but let me put it the other way around. It's not my expectations from these elections. It's the people's expectations from this entire exercise. If more and more people in this country start believing that this Aam Aadmi Party is my last hope and this election is...
You've talked over the past 2 years about the Jan Lokpal bill. You've talked about, the right to recall, referendum, initiative. These are some processes, systemic changes that your party would like to see. What about policies? Because I've been through your website. I've read your some of the thoughts you have put out there, and I've been hearing you. On the policy front, what do you believe on bilateral relations, Pakistan, relations with US, Telangana? What do you, for instance, have to say about Telangana? What do you, for instance, have to say about chemical castration for rapists? Because now you have to have a stand on everything and not just corruption.
I fully agree with you.
So what's the plan?
The plan is that there are lots of groups of experts which is with many committees are being put together. From 11th to 13th January, we have a meeting of almost 100 people where many experts are participating, and we are putting many committees together on various subjects. These committees will come out with their draft reports by March or April, and we'll put out these the draft reports in public domain for public feedback, have seminars across the country and take public feedback. And that's how we'll finalize our party position. And the issue is not about our stand on individual policies, because most of these things are dynamic in nature. Today the country has some issue, tomorrow there will be another issue, third day. What is important is what is the decision-making process in our country on these issues. For instance, on a particular issue, how is the decision taken in our country today? A few people in the country get together and they take a decision. The Prime Minister, Mrs. Gandhi, a few cabinet ministers, group of ministers, EGOM, etc., etc. And the whole country has to follow those decisions. This is not democracy. Their only claim to this thing is that they have been elected. There was a process. So the process was followed and they've been elected. Now they can decide decide our destiny for the next 5 years.
I get that. But I'm not from Delhi, but if I were from Delhi and if I had to vote for you in November, what would I know of your views on economic policies, on bilateral relations, on affordable housing? It could be
You'll get to know all this in the next 2-3 months.
In the next 2-3 months.
Wait for a few months. The party is just born. How many times did you ask questions about, say, our relations with US or Pakistan from Mulayam Singh Yadav? He's tipped to be the next Prime Minister. How many times did you ask him? How many times did you ask Samajwadi Party or Mayawati or Bahujan Samajwadi Party or say any other party that what are your views on bilateral relations, etc., etc. But wait for a few months. You just born on 26th November. We are here because the governance in this country is rotten. The judicial system is rotten. The police is rotten. We are here to change the entire...
So let's say I buy that argument.
Once you have that entire system of governance in place, good governance in place, just governance, justice system in place, friendly police in place, the rest of the thing will follow.
You said, Arvind, do you ask Mulayam Singh or Mayawati or the BJP sometimes, do you ask people what their ideology is? Maybe we don't, but that doesn't mean we have to exercise the lower standards for you all as well, right? You're setting the high model.
That is why I said in the next few months you would have that.
Right.
And you would have that. So today, if you asked me about our stand on these issues that you're saying, I have my stand on each of these issues, but they are my personal stands. And I can, 6 of us or 10 of us or 22 of us, we can sit down and we can always devise a stand on these issues. It's a 24-hour job.
If I were to put it simplistically, center, right, left, will you all be right of center, left of center, economically?
We are common people, Aam Aadmi. We define a problem. and then we try to find a solution. If the solution is in left, we pick it from there. If we find the solution is in right, we pick it from there. If the solution is in center, we pick it from there. We have no ideological, because these ideologies don't provide solutions to a common man. The ideologies don't give you food, it doesn't fill your stomach. So ideologies may be there for intellectuals, but we try to find a solution. That is what our approach is.
You were grabbing headlines with your exposés right from October onwards. Now in hindsight, given that all the people against who you level charges are exactly where they are, nothing has changed in their life except for the fact that what may have been nudge nudge, wink wink and a whisper has now been said in public, and several media platforms have repeated what you have said. Nothing else has changed. So my question to you is, when you look back at these exposés that you did, what do you think you've achieved?
This is what we wanted to achieve. We wanted to show to the people of this country that nothing happens to them. Whatever be the quantum of evidence, whatever be the gravity of evidence, whatever be the credence of evidence, nothing will happen to them. This is what we want to tell. That is the need. That is the reason that people of this country need to get up and demand a complete systemic overhaul.
So is it
so much of evidence was there against each one of them?
I'm not getting into that, but I'm just curious today about you and this party and what you're going to be promising people like us who will have an option to select or elect you. If we look at it cynically and say, okay, these are stunts. So Aam Aadmi Party knows that nothing will happen. Some of this information is already out there, but they are saying it because Arvind Kejriwal today gets a platform for whatever he says. And so it's free party on national prime time and front pages of newspapers.
I don't think
there's nothing
media.
wrong with that. It's quite clever.
No, it is. But do you think the media is so gullible that they would pick it up? Do you think if all of what we said were already in public domain?
Some of it. Not
some
all.
of it. Media would never pick it up. Media never does. Media is very, very cruel. Media can be very cruel. It's not that I'm a very common man. I don't have any money to buy out media. I have no power to influence media. What do I have? We have nothing with us. Why did the media pick it up? Media picked it up because the evidence that we presented was very solid. Media picked it up because there were huge scams. There were huge scandals. And the top people of this country were involved in it. And still nothing happened. So two things people are now. Why is it people like us? Two things are there. वो ये कहते हैं ये लोग ईमानदार तो बहुत हैं. These guys are very honest and the rest of the parties are very dishonest.
The point is that when you made this move from being outside the electoral fray, from being a section of civil society and wanting to influence the establishment or the political system, do you think you've lost a bit of the shine by becoming a politician? Today you are a politician. Whether you like it or not and whether you want to overhaul the political system is another point. The fact is, today you are a politician who has the same goal in mind, which is majority in the Delhi Assembly to begin with.
I think...
Because that's a calculated risk, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I don't know why should it be a risk for me? It is whatever we are doing it for the country. If I was doing something for myself to grab a position, to grab power, then there would be a risk to me. There is absolutely no risk to me. What is the risk to me? There is no risk to me.
I guess you won't admit it even if you do. But there is no second thoughts about this shift from being outside the system. You don't have any second thoughts or qualms or reservations about this decision.
Of course not.
Were you building up to this all along?
Of course not. Of course not. I mean, that is completely wrong when you... two questions. One is, firstly, we were forced into it. And it is before the entire world that we never wanted to